Welcome to the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast. You are now part of a small underground movement of dent technicians from all over the world. We are on a mission to change our industry with innovation, intelligence, and skill. But because we don't rely on an insurance company to steer customers our way, we need to do things different. We need to do things smarter. We do that through a network of technicians that we call the Tactical Tech Movement. Now let's get this revolution started.
Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hiley here with Angela Hiley on the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast. How is you?
I was doing good.
Well, good. We are actually recording this podcast on Thursday at 7:28 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
We are actually going to make it because we do not quit at the 50-yard line. We're going to push through. Actually, we're about at the, for us, we're at the 90-yard line.
Yeah, let's say.
Because what is bedtime in like an hour and a half?
We are usually asleep by 9.
By 9 o'clock, yeah.
Between 9 and 9:30.
Unless I feel a little crazy, I might, stay up till maybe 10.
I highly
you never know.
That.
Never know.
No.
I get a little wild, Stay up till 10. Maybe watch a little HGTV. Watch a new house flip.
No, I don't ever have that channel on. I always have Bravo on.
Sometimes we got HGTV on. That's where I noticed that one couple.
No, that's not. No, that was on Bravo.
Oh, okay. So they're doing HGTV shit on Bravo now?
Something like that. The only time you ever watch that channel is when we're at the gym.
Yeah. Good. Speaking of the gym, what you I've got nicknames.
John's got nicknames for people, okay? And listen, when I see these people come into the gym, John will be like, oh no, look, it's Itchy Butt and Horseplay coming in. And I'm like, my stomach
I think we talked about this on the last podcast. It was that guy.
I don't think
I was literally sitting in our car and looked in the rearview mirror, and all I see is this hand down there, some dude itching his ass. And, it just carried on. Every time you see this guy, he's itching his ass. There's got to be something going on down there.
Yeah, but the one guy that you gave the nickname Horseplay, when I see these guys, my stomach starts turning because
I would say they're a group of dudes, the three amigos, who like to do a little horseplay in the locker room. Yeah,
because you said that you went into the locker room to use the bathroom.
I don't know, man. I try not to go in there when they're in there.
Yeah.
I just get weirded out about the way certain people are at a gym.
So now, every time we're at the gym, they come in there, usually, I would say probably an hour after we've been there. And I'm like, dear God, I hope they just don't look this way. Because, I cannot hide my feelings and the way I feel. So it's if they looked at me, I would be looking at them with such a disgusted look on my face.
And then we got a lady named Tornado because Angela thought that she disappeared in the tornadoes that we had.
I got really concerned.
So we call her Tornado. And then let's see, who else do we got? We got Look at Me. You ever see somebody who just looks in the mirror all the time, but the whole time they're looking around to see who's looking at them? We got Look at Me, and then we got a guy who reminds me of a strong peacock. He's in there like peacock.
He's not very tall.
Yeah, he's like a little dude.
I think he might be a little taller than me. He might be 5'5" or 5'6".
This is the peacock.
Yeah, the peacock. And then
we got some lady named Crisco. Because she smelled like somebody, you ever smell somebody that just had that smell, they've been cooking greasy shit and they smell like that?
Yeah.
We try to stay away from her.
Oh, that's bad.
We just don't get near Crisco.
You almost feel like you get a film over you. Do you know that?
That's like the time I put in that teakwood cologne and we went to the gym and I had the whole place blown up with that shit.
That one.
Well, I didn't know. Usually you put on some cologne, you put 2 or 3 little squirts. No,
you put lotion and you put the cologne on too.
This stuff it was Bath and Body Works too. And I buy the teakwood cologne. It smelled pretty good. Got the teakwood lotion with it, whatever.
No, you mixed.
So I put the lotion. I put the teakwood lotion on. I sprayed the teakwood cologne on, And I basically didn't realize it at the time, but you could pretty much, like, I could just walk into a room and you could smell nothing but this teakwood shit.
Oh, God. We were in that one room with all the yellow workout equipment at Planet Fitness. And, I mean, it just, like, the whole room smelled.
I always just blame it on somebody else.
Oh, man.
I normally just blame things on her.
You are a French whore.
I was a French whore, right? Mm-hmm. So anyhow, but the reason why we go to bed so early is because we try to get up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
During this time of year and this time of our son going to school. We try to get everything done before he gets ready and leaves, try to bring everybody back food, blah, blah, blah. You know, crazy stuff. So,
crazy stuff.
Yeah. That being said, send a shout out and send a prayer out to Jeremy and Jennifer Carroll. They have a dog that's going to be getting a surgery. What's his name?
John. His name is Vader, and she's taking him to see a specialist. And
he may have to get a surgery on his back.
A neurologist.
And you guys, if you haven't followed our recent dog adventures, we know a lot about it right now.
Yeah, Lily will be 5 weeks and tomorrow on Friday. And then next Friday, she goes in for her pacemaker checkup. So that'll be 6 weeks. And she will be able to do all the wonderful things that she was able to do prior. She has been on like very low activity levels. So she's had to be in her crate quite a bit of time. And now she's just getting to the point where she's getting really pissed off at us because she's like, why the fuck am I in here all the time? And I'm like, we're almost done. We are almost done.
We are getting close. So, But anyhow, I wanted to, we're going to be talking today about a book that not only have I recently read, but I've read this book probably, I'm going to say somewhere along 5 or 6 times. You know, I tend to, probably about 3 times a year, I say read, but I'll listen to this book on Audible. And it's a quick listen as well. It's like, I don't know, like 2.5 hours or something like that. And the book is called The 4 Agreements. And I've been trying to pronounce this dude's name for a little while now. And I finally just went to pronounceaname.com and ended up finding his name on YouTube. If y'all tell me how to fucking pronounce this shit. It's actually spelled. It's let me
Miguel
see.
something.
Yeah, it's Miguel, and it's spelled. It would be like R-U-I-Z, but I'll just let you guys listen to it. I got it on YouTube here.
Pronouncenames.com.
Miguel Ruiz.
All right, let's see.
Miguel Ruiz.
Y'all heard Miguel Ruiz. How the fuck you even say that, man? I'm American. I can't pronounce that shit. He's something.
It sounds like you might be a little Spanish.
So anyhow, dude had written a phenomenal book, and it's got to be a bestseller. I think. Yeah, the dude was like featured on Oprah and blah blah blah, all that stuff. So the book is like phenomenal. It's translated in like 40 different languages. And the whole thing about this book is it's more of an advocate for like personal freedom from other people's beliefs that they put on you. And I truly believe that in this world, that's what usually most people are searching for. In fact, I would say almost 100% of the time, people are searching for freedom from what other people or their actions being dictated by outside sources, and they're seeking this freedom that's actually buried within themselves that is them. That it is them. Okay, so they're searching for themselves through a world where most people are filtering their actions through the judgments of other people. And it's a great book because I've been on this journey for a long time as far as self-awareness and just trying to be an individual that instead of listening to these outside voices, I tend to listen from within. And, you know, I want to hear my voice. I want to hear what I think. And this is one of the reasons why I don't spend a lot of time watching the news. I don't really spend a lot of time commenting on political, type stuff, because I truly believe ultimately, I've been in that position in life where we were kind of inundated with the whole news and all that kind of stuff.
You used
And
to get on like Facebook and like
I've been there.
back and forth.
I've been there.
And this would go
But the
on for like
Yeah.
hours, and I'm like,
Yeah, and I've been there.
I'm
But the
like, why are you
problem
doing
is
this? Like, you would get a little
Yeah.
tickle out of it, and I'm like,
everybody
come on, John.
everybody acts like that shit's not affecting them, but it is. It's infecting like everything that you do. Most of the time, anybody who's making any kind of comments or anything like that about a specific political thing, most of the time their thoughts are not actually coming from themselves. Most of the time, if not most all the time, they're coming from something that they're regurgitating, that they've already read, somebody else's thoughts, somebody else's feelings. And I'm spending a lot of time digging within rather than trying to be infected by what is outside of myself, okay? Because the truth of the matter is, I mean, look, you have beliefs, other people have beliefs that were given to them by their parents, that were given to them by their grandparents, that were given to them by their parents and their grandparents, and so on and so on. So everybody has this thing, but what if they were wrong? What if they are wrong? Maybe not for themselves. What if they're fucking wrong for you? Okay? That's really what you got to ask yourself. Do I really want to wake up and live a life that every action, this one life, this in this world where we should be walking around in a fucking stupor, that we even exist in this one lifetime that we have knowingly? I only know that I have one lifetime, and all I know is that I have this moment right now. Okay? So literally living that entire life or wasting it, having your all of your actions, everything you do, dictated by other people. That's fucking slavery. It's the same. It's a mental slavery. You know?
That's why I like to live in my own bubble.
Right? We are all in our own bubble. And a lot of this is actually about that, okay? So this book is a lot about that, a lot about digging from within. But ideally, it talks a lot about how most people in this world, I truly believe, are kind of living their version of like a personal hell. You know, we've got to take like all these, drugs and, anything to make yourself happier is the society and the world that we currently live in today, And people are trying to escape, to get outside of themselves, to do anything but actually reflect like what's in themselves.
Yeah, but then also you got to think like a lot of times just, okay, so like with me, how I have anxiety and I deal with that. I had to, in order to have, let's say, to get the anxiety in line to where it wasn't as crazy as what it was, is I had to get rid of a lot of the outside noise.
Yeah. Okay.
So that means like I had to, restructure my lifestyle quite a bit.
Yeah.
And, with doing that, and then also with a lot of therapy, and, I still have to take medicine for it, though, to keep me, from not going like batshit crazy.
Yeah. So the whole deal about this book, it's called The 4 Agreements, okay? And the book, in a sense, is basically everything that we do in life is based on an agreement that we've created with ourselves.
Babe, the 4 agreements. The 4. That's my favorite number.
That's your favorite number, okay.
That's my favorite number.
All right, so the very first agreement is being impeccable with your word. All right?
Now, what's impeccable mean?
So impeccable means being true with your word, okay? But like in a positive way, because a lot of times we're going to get that confused with you can just pipe off your fucking mouth anything you want to say to people. And a lot of times that's hidden behind some sort of insecurity.
It is. Or
anytime somebody pushes negativity on somebody else, it's because they fear something inside of that individual. They fear something inside of themselves. They feel something emerging inside of themselves that's based on fear. Being impeccable is a move based on love. Being impeccable is a move based on putting positive energy into the world.
But sometimes also, like, when people will be, like, piping off and they will be like taking it out on everybody else. There also might be something going on with themselves and with the environment that they're in as well. So they're going to be taking it out on other people.
So your very first agreement with this is super hard for a lot of people, and I'm not 100% perfect. I'm trying to become better at it. Every time I read the book, I feel like I become a little bit better at it. But, this is something that I don't believe that anybody could ever be 100% perfect with all of these agreements. But if you're striving towards them, it really makes you feel a lot better. I mean, we don't realize that literally your word can build or it can destroy. For example, if there was for instance, a child and her mom had a splitting headache, and this child who was 4 years old was screaming at the top of her, or I'm sorry, not screaming, but in her room singing, okay? So the child's in her room singing. Mom has a splitting headache, and just out of anywhere, Mom just comes in there and goes, you know what? You need to stop singing. You're not good at singing anyway. That right there is not being impeccable with your word. In fact, believe it or not, that may plant the type of seed of negativity into that child's mind that the individual would carry for the rest of her life.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. As a parent, you're going to slip up and say those things.
Sure.
But the way to correct that, because I'm guilty of that. Jonathan would be doing something, and I would be having a bad day, or maybe just being stressed out or something, and I'd bust in and I would yell at him. And then, of course, he would be looking at me like I wasn't doing anything wrong. And then all of a sudden it would dawn on me. And then I would go ahead and I would actually apologize to him and correct my mistake and,
Yeah. So, and what I'm saying is...
I get what you're saying, but you can correct those things.
You can, but what you want to try to be from this point on, not looking back, okay? So if we're driving in a car, we want to look out the front window. We don't want to continuously look in that rear view window.
Is the example that you use, even if you went and did that, you can go ahead and correct the mistake right away.
And another thing that would be negative is spreading rumors about people or involving yourself in gossip.
Oh God, I'm so guilty of that.
Involving yourself in gossip about other people. I've had to tell you that I don't want to hear it.
I know. But I'm a lot better than
And this isn't even gossip about people that we know. This is gossip about people on the news or TV.
Oh, that's just because it would get my interest, and then I would
she
Google.
hates it when I tell her this. She hates it. You got to admit you hate it when I say this one thing.
What?
And I've actually made a post about this, and I've actually said this before.
What?
That mediocre minds talk about people.
Oh my God.
Mediocre minds talk about people. Average minds talk about events. Geniuses. Just like your brother, the Nobel Prize winner. Geniuses like your brother, the Nobel Prize winner.
Because he needed to have a booger wall just like me.
Yes. Geniuses like him talk about ideas.
Oh my God, you've been guilty of all that stuff too.
I never said that I haven't. But you seem to like to justify yourself.
No, because I feel like you're looking at me like I'm the bad one here and you're not. That's where it comes from. It kind of
seems that you're positioning yourself as that.
No, I mean, I've definitely been guilty of gossiping about people. Mm-hmm. I haven't done that in actually, you know what? In all honesty, ever since we came back from the Mobile Tech Expo, I haven't gossiped with other people about other people. I've really kept to myself and have worked on that.
Well, you hear that, boys and girls? I finally healed her. Been working on this devil for years. I put my hand on her head and I finally healed her.
You did not heal me. I healed myself with my faith and with some other stuff. But I'll watch stuff on the news and something will spark my interest.
I said, Satan, get out! And then Satan, get out!
No. I think if anybody would look at us and compare us, you would be the more devilish one than me. I'd be the
certain
angel.
Certain areas. I agree. All right, so being impeccable with your word is the first agreement. I've been really focusing on this agreement, and
Yes, you have.
honestly, it feels so good to like look at everything that's ahead of me and just kind of like look at it from a different perspective. Like, look, and we'll go a little bit further in this. Nothing's a slight against me. I just want to put positivity into the world.
Yeah.
I want to put positivity out there. I don't want to tear people down. I never want to feel jealous of anybody. That's like the worst feeling ever. Like, right off the bat when you feel that. It's
a nasty feeling in your stomach.
It's got to be some sort of chemical that releases through your system,
Yeah,
because
it's
it
a-
literally
it's
takes
a
over your whole
bad
system and makes you
burning
age.
sensation in your stomach.
And it's like, honestly,
horrible.
like, if you read like the Dalai Lama and Pastor Tutu, the Book of Joy.
Pastor Tutu.
Wait, is it the Book of Joy or the Book of Happiness? One or the other.
don't know.
Whatever. If you guys looked it up, you'd find it.
Name Tutu.
Tutu.
Yeah.
No, me and Zan will probably hit me up, and I've been wrong about that name the whole time.
What, Tutu?
Yeah, Tutu. We'll just call him Tutu anyway.
I like that. Tutu.
So
I like that.
they
Tutu.
basically said that was literally like poison inside of your body, and you can feel it. You can feel that shit. The moment you're jealous or envious of somebody, you fucking feel that through your body. You know it's wrong.
Oh,
And not to
absolutely.
mention, whatever you hate them for, you're going to be programming your mind to fight against that, okay? So if you hate somebody for being rich, guess what? You ain't never going to be fucking rich. So good luck on that one. Second one.
Okay.
The second agreement,
Number 2.
which I love this one. Don't take anything personally. And it even goes to the extent Miguel in this book talks about. Miguel talks about, even if somebody comes up to you and shoots you in the fucking face with a gun, don't take it personally. You know why? Because it wasn't about you. It was about them. It's about them. When somebody says something to you, when somebody does something to you, you should not take it personally because it is about them.
That's true, but that stuff can hurt, though.
If you let it hurt.
Yeah, but if you really care about the person, words can really hurt.
You need to learn to let go. You got to learn.
Well, I know you gotta
You just got to accept the fact
but-
that it's not personal. It's not literally. It's not about you. It's about them. Everybody rows their own fucking boat.
No, I
And
know. That's
just
true.
because I perceive something a certain way, because my parents taught me something, if for instance, like, if I was brought up in just a solid Christian household, right? And my parents told me that gay people was bad, and that
God. Why are we gonna talk-
Muslims were bad. They taught me all of this shit. All right, so I got all this shit inherited from my parents. If they taught me this shit, and then when I yelled out something to a gay person, or and said something to them, they shouldn't take it personal, because it wasn't about them. It was about my beliefs. It had nothing to do with their beliefs.
No.
And me personally, I don't give a fuck what anybody does with their spare time. Give a fuck. I'm too busy thinking about my own shit. I don't got to worry about anybody else.
That's true.
So the second agreement, think about this. Be impeccable and do not take anything personally, okay? Be impeccable with your word. Now, you want to think about that. Most attacks are done with words, okay? And people don't realize how important the word is. The word will either build your whole life and create your whole life for you, or destroy it and tear it down and burn it to the fucking ground right in front of you.
That's true.
It can do both, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think Warren Buffett said something to the nature, it takes 20 years to build a good reputation, but 20 seconds to ruin it.
I know, right?
Because all you got to do is go say one fucking stupid thing, and literally, you put one negative, shitty, stupid fucking thing out into the world, and it will just ruin your whole life. All by the word, okay? So you're going to create, you're going to build your empires with that word.
But you can redeem yourself. It might just take a little while.
Maybe, yeah.
It just depends on
How bad it is.
Yeah, how bad it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like what? Yeah.
All right. So the third agreement, I like this one as well. I love this agreement.
You do?
Because we catch ourselves doing this so often, and so many times I think we're wrong. and that is don't make assumptions. And specifically, don't make assumptions about what other people are thinking that they did not communicate to you.
Yeah.
We live in this world where you make assumptions of what other people are thinking. You should not make assumptions, because I'm telling you that I guarantee you most of the time you're wrong.
What was that thing that you just told me just a little bit ago? I don't know if it has something to pertain to what you were just talking about. Remember?
No.
Yes, you do. You said it was a certain quote because you told me that, like me, I'm always trying to, like, try to understand people, and then, like, a lot of times I don't really understand. You know what I'm saying? What was that?
So I've been listening to a lot of Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Yeah, there we go.
And dude was phenomenal. He's part of this, like, transcendentalist movement, like, back in the 1800s. And dude's fucking writings are phenomenal. I tell you what, the very first time you listen to him, you won't be able to understand shit. And that's because it's all like words that were used back in the 1800s, and it took me a while before I started kind of like deciphering that language and like putting it in plain language, but it's amazing. And one of the things that I caught today, because it's like one of them books, I want to say it's like 4 hours long, but it's all of his writings in one book. I think it's called like Life Mastery of Ralph Waldo Emerson. And one of the things that he says in that book is that you shouldn't focus on the way, like when you communicate with people, friendships, people that you talk to, people that you're doing business with, you shouldn't focus on the conversation or on the communication. You should focus on the way you feel after they depart you.
Yeah, like that energy.
Yeah, like how do you feel inside after somebody departs you, okay? Mm-hmm. Do you feel negative? Are you starting to make assumptions of the way they feel negative things towards you? Are you starting to make them assumptions like that? Does it fill you with negative energy that's draining you of life? Or do these people fill you with positive energy that's building and taking you to the next level? Because them are the only people Mr. John Hiley here fucks with. If I get on the phone with somebody or if I get with somebody and I feel like they drain me from energy, look, it's nothing against you. Don't take it personal, okay? It's about me, all right? It's about me. Look, if I answer your phone call, or if I see the phone ringing, I'm like, oh, fuck, this guy again, you know? I'm not going to answer the fucking phone. You know, don't take it personal, because it's totally about me. I'm going to make it all about me.
Listen, if you're being a dick or whatever, it's not about them. It's all about you.
And don't make an assumption that I hate you, because I don't. Actually, I don't hate you at all. I just don't want to talk to you. You know what I mean? Your energy doesn't work with me.
I'm just not
and
feeling
I truly
you.
believe there's people that get around me, because sometimes, I mean, I get around certain people, I can get kind of clamped up, you know, where I'm just like, I need to get away from these motherfuckers. And I'm pretty sure they're probably feeling that on their end too, you know? And that's okay.
Oh, it just turns into
That's okay. That's why they call it
situation.
chemistry, man. Sometimes chemistry works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
You got to know where it fucking works and be self-aware enough to put yourself in situations that make you feel good.
Yeah.
You know? And so there you go.
You're
don't
funny.
make assumptions. The other thing, you can tell your wives to don't make assumptions. I know some of you guys, you and your wives listen to this together. But so common that, like, if you're married to somebody, we think that like they know us so well that they should have done something that we didn't ask them to do. Little shit too. Hey, how come you didn't close that door? I wanted that door closed. Or hey, how come you didn't turn off the fan? I'm cold. Because you didn't ask me to turn off the fucking fan.
I was cold earlier and I told you to turn off the fan.
You know what I'm saying, though.
I'm just messing with you.
There'll be times when,
I'm
like,
messing with you.
there'll be times when, like, so we take turns taking our dogs out and all that kind of stuff. And I'll just go over there and grab the wrong dog. Oh, wait a second. You're supposed to take Lily out first, not Odin. Well, you never fucking told me that. Was I supposed to guess? Was I supposed to be living in your mind? Yeah. So that's another thing, and I truly believe that a lot of us lack that. They talk a little bit about...
Well, I think that would be like basically communication. You got to tell the other person what you want.
You know what's so scary? If you think about, like, and I was talking to you about this the other day. If you look at Babylon in the Bible, the Bible's version of Babylon, right, was all of a sudden like God made everybody like speak Babel to each other. Nobody could understand each other, and everybody split up, right? Because nobody could. Let me ask you something. Could it be said that today in this world that our communication that we have with people in general, nobody really fucking understands each other?
Yeah.
It's so guarded. It's so like there's no intention. It's like, should I say this or should I not say that? We're speaking fucking babble to each other today, you know? And the truth of the matter is, clear communication is better. So don't make assumptions that people are going to understand what you want.
That's why I'm like, John, I need you to like do some special stuff for me. Like, you need to bring me home flowers more often. And I really want you to plan like the date night instead of me doing it and being like, honey, you need to be ready at this certain time and get all dolled up for me. I'm going to take you somewhere really special.
And I'm always like, babe, you know I'm a fly by my ass kind of guy.
Yeah, but
I like to spontaneously
I
roll up into Fleming's.
Yeah, but I want to look cute. I want to go a little
We
extra.
ate at Fleming's the other day and only spent $50, and I had a fucking awesome sandwich.
Oh, that burger that I ate was good. I just can't eat red. For some reason, red meat.
Oh wait,
is
that gave you
not-
the shit.
No, I didn't have the shits. I got really bad.
Oh, I sneezed.
No, I got indigestion really bad, like a mixture of indigestion and
that's
heartburn.
right.
Don't you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, I remember it. You told me about 50 times.
And I drank an Alka-Seltzer and that didn't help. And I was like, oh my God, I need like some Tums or some Rolaids. And oh my God, I hate the way they taste because they're all like chalky. I had to eat a bunch of them when I was pregnant. It's just kind of like, ugh. And John's like, oh, I have some of them out in my car. And I'm like, why did you give me them things when we were driving home?
Because you never asked. There again, she made an assumption.
I know, but it was like, I didn't know you had any Rolaids. And I'm like, oh my God, I have like the worst. Oh, that was horrible. I just can't eat red meat anymore.
All right. So the fourth is always do your best.
Aww.
And doing your best may be different, look different today than it is tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You know, today's best may be really good because I'm jacked up on coffee. When tomorrow's best may be horrible because I decided to do something stupid and quit drinking coffee.
You wouldn't do that.
Or your best might be when you're on point compared to when you're sick. You know, your best is always going to be different. It's going to fluctuate, okay?
Yeah.
But to be committed to always do your best.
Tell everybody what you're going to be doing for me this weekend.
Oh, I'm making a she shed for her.
No, it's not no fucking she shed. So we have a spare bedroom, and we took everything out of it, and basically...
We as in I carried the whole fucking elliptical machine down the stairs?
Oh my God, why don't you let me tell the story, and I was going to give you credit.
All right.
Dear Lord.
I took that shit.
Okay, so here's the deal. So, like, within a few years, John and I want to move into a bigger home. And when we were listening to Jen, she's like, you know, you need to start manifesting that and whatnot. But in the meantime, wherever you're at, you need to do some things to spruce up some things, you know, change some things, you know, make you feel like super duper good inside. So the third bedroom we had, which is a closet, and I have a ton of shoes and clothes in there. And then we had exercising equipment, and then we also had like this storage closet thing that had a bunch more shoes in there. So John came up a long time ago. He came up with this idea, and he was like, why don't we just take this room and like turn it into kind of like a shoe closet where we put shelves on the walls and you can display all your wonderful and beautiful shoes. And I was like, no, because we plan on, you know, leaving here within a few years. I'll just like settle with this. And then next thing, what was it? Maybe like last week or something like that. I was like, I think we should do this, John. And then yesterday, you tore everything apart and got all the stuff out of there. And on tomorrow, on Friday and Saturday, we're going to hang this beautiful chandelier that John helped me pick out. And we're going to do some shelving, and I'm going to be able to display all my wonderful and amazing shoes and handbags, and it's just going to feel amazing. So it's like how all you men, like, drool and whatever over your guys' tools and your tool walls and your toolboxes. Like, that's how I'm going to feel.
I had some dude hit me up. He's like, I'll suck your gorilla grip.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. But since then, she learned how to manifest me into a Hebrew slave.
No, you were like so well. And the funny thing is, we were at Menards and we were buying all the stuff, and like, I was getting frustrated because I was just like, what do we all need? Should we do it this way? Should we do it that way? And then John's like, no, this is what we should do. Let's just get all this stuff. And
you know what it is? It just takes a man to make decisions.
I make good decisions, but I think when I get flustered, I need you to
that's
step
where
in.
women need a man to step in and just make the decisions, you know?
Oh my God.
Because I don't fuck around. I go in there, I make decisions. Make them. Bam! You want to go to a restaurant, you ask me what I want to eat, I might not even look at the menu. I just look down and point, say, I want this shit right here. I don't say come back later. Have you ever heard me say come back later to somebody when they ask me what I want to eat?
No.
Or I need a moment? I don't never need a fucking moment.
No, you usually are able
I'll make decisions now.
Yeah, you're really good at being a decision maker. I sometimes stall. Because I think what it is like I kind of try to visualize everything and look at it through a couple different perspectives. You just are, you can make a decision.
You don't think it revolves around a little bit about a fear of making the wrong decision? Like you made the wrong decision?
No, it's not about making the wrong decision. Like, I guess I try to, like, weigh my options or something. But then, okay, here's the thing, though. Like, when I want to make a decision, I'll make it, but then I'll be like, oh, let's weigh my options and think about it. But then I always go back to, like, the decision that I was originally going to make.
You know, see, I love the thing because, be honest with y'all, like, I work way better under pressure.
Yeah, you do.
Like if pressure's on me, like something comes out of me that I can't even understand. I
love that. I love that.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't know. I love that about you because I do not have that quality. I love that about you because all I know is like if tomorrow shit hit the fan,
I'd have a plan.
I might freak out and lose my shit. But then John's going to snap me out of it, and he's going like, this is what we need to fucking do. And I'm like, okay, let's do it.
I would find an upside, to be honest with you. Like, I would somehow find an upside. I'd be like, it's a zombie apocalypse. We get to live in the woods. Woo!
No!
Kill some fucking zombies!
No, we would definitely need to, like, board up everything down here at the bottom, and we'd be, like, basically scooping everything up at the top of the house and, like, you know, killing them.
Well, yeah, we ain't going to leave our fucking windows wide open.
No.
But if they surrounded our house, they might have to make a refuge, you know, like they do in that one TV show.
We would need to build like a tunnel or something like that would lead us.
Fucking tunnel? Do you know how long it would take to dig a tunnel? Probably wouldn't even make it out to the road.
No, I know, but like in a movie. You know? I was using my imagination.
I'm glad I'm the decision maker. She's digging fucking tunnels.
You're not the decision maker on everything.
El Chapo dig tunnels, but he had like 100 Mexicans to do it for him. He's the first person that tunneled under the Mexican-American border and brought drugs up in tunnels.
Who's the one that they captured that's in some prison out in Colorado?
I think it's El Chapo, yeah. I don't know what prison he's in. I thought he was in New York.
But this is not the same El Chapo, is it?
Yeah. El Chapo, I think, is still alive.
But wait a minute, what's the one documentary that we watched? Wasn't that?
It was El Chapo, yeah.
Oh, that was about him?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was still alive. I thought he was dead.
Nope, still going strong. Pretty sure, anyway.
Hey, you gonna tell everybody
Correct me if I'm wrong, Zan.
You gonna tell everybody about that one lady when you were driving?
It's not very funny.
Yes, it did.
That's not.
Come on.
No, it's not funny.
Yes, it did.
You tell it if it's funny.
No, because you're the one that tells the stories funnier.
It's not funny.
Yes,
You can't tell an unfunny story that's not funny.
But you can be like, because you can.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to linger this story onto the next podcast. If she can convince me to tell it, we will see.
Because everybody's been there before. Everybody has seen somebody do this in
See,
another
now
car.
you're really building up the anticipation for the next podcast when I may or may not tell this story.
You will tell the story.
Hey guys, just a heads up, we have just sold out of the Gorilla Grip T-handles. And
Oh
this
my.
is not a commercial moment. This is
Yeah.
still me talking. But we don't do commercials. We don't do any of that shit.
No.
But I'm pretty sure Anson still has a few. But we are actually, I think we're 2 to 3 weeks out on building some more. So we are working on that as we speak. And we're working on, so guys, look, this and the next month, there's some things I really can't tell you that we got under the wraps. We haven't really let the cat out of the bag on a few things that's happening around here. But we got some really fucking interesting stuff happening. There's some really cool things emerging. I think we're going to be able to entertain you at a higher level. That's how I can leave that.
Oh, I know we will.
Yeah.
But I'm so proud of you, babe. I really am. I was very proud of you.
Well, thank you.
And I just love you.
I love you too.
And I love you so much because you're going to make me a nice big boot room.
See how this works, guys? Just build your girl one of them she sheds.
It's not a fucking she shed. Why do you keep saying that shit? It's
I tell
not-
people this at stores. Everywhere we go, I've been telling people I'm building a she shed.
You know, some guy you were talking to on the phone yesterday, and I'm like, it ain't no fucking she shed.
I'm building a motherfucking she
It's
shed.
because you watched that stupid State Farm commercial, and this is like stuck in your head.
I like the name. It's a she shed. I got a man cave. She got a she shed.
I don't want no she
That's
shed.
when that's a great. It's like, get your ass out of the house. Get on over to your she shed.
I don't want no she shed. I'll just go to my boot room.
All right, everybody. So if y'all want to check out this book, it is called The Four Agreements, and I'm not going to say his name again. Rewind, back it up, whatever.
Miguel something.
Reyes.
Oh,
Miguel Reyes.
it must be Spanish.
Living the Viva Loca.
Living the vida loca.
And just a heads up, y'all, we actually, within the next couple weeks, we are going to be getting some T-shirts made, so
Oh,
we'll be
yeah.
dropping them on y'all as well. If any of y'all want, we're just doing the solid tactical logo
You know
up in
what?
the middle.
I'm so glad that you brought that up because, like, there is one person that sticks out in my head that still rocks that hat and that T-shirt all the time.
Shane
And-
Rosa.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
My brother.
I'm gonna send him a couple of them because
There
that's
we go.
the only guy that I've seen that rocks that like all the time. And those T-shirts and those hats are like forever old. I mean, that's like vintage shit right there. I mean,
it's been a minute.
How long has that been?
It's been about 3 years, I'd say.
4-ish maybe?
I think we're 3.
3, 4, but like that's like vintage shit. I mean,
Vintage shit. These ones are going to be different, though. You know, we went with some of the other themes before. This one's just going to have the solid, the tactical. It's not going to have the circle around and anything like that. It's just going to say tactical, dead center. If any of you guys have the Gorilla Grip, I know a lot of you guys do have it. The back of the tool, the logo that's on the back of that tool is just going to be smashed right in the middle of a shirt.
it's gonna be nice and big.
Yeah, it's going to be as big as you can fit on the front of a chest.
So I think that's gonna look really
Yeah.
good on a lot of men. You know, that's gonna
Yeah.
emphasize your.
And we're doing black and
your,
red.
Your pecs. It's gonna really emphasize the pecs.
And when the pecs are popping, the panties are dropping.
That's right.
Y'all know it. Jack, tan, and juicy. All right, everybody. So anyhow, we appreciate you for coming along on this Tactical Dent Tech podcast. Better late than motherfucking never.
Yep.
Because I'm publishing this shit tonight. I know there's probably none of you driving around right now and probably not going to be able to listen to it this evening. But it will be ready for you first thing Friday morning because I'm publishing it tonight.
Yes, you are, Daddy.
That way I can say that I did it on fucking Thursday.
I know.
And just a heads up, guys, I am going to be doing a Marketing Monday here pretty soon, specifically focusing on 2019 SEO, search engine optimization shit, okay? Because I got to clear the air on some of this stuff because I see blog posts, I see what some people are saying, I see what some people think need to be done, and it's about time your boy came out and laid down the fucking law on this shit, because a lot of that shit you're hearing and seeing out there is fucking wrong, because it's not coming from the horse's mouth. It's not coming from Google. It's coming from some fucking bullshit blog somebody read and decided to spread all these rumors that some fucking intern wrote just to sell you an ad in the blog of fucking Viagra. So, there.
I'm actually really interested in this. You're going to have to give me the 411 on this.
And you know who Viagra helps, don't you?
Old people.
A bunch of dicks.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's good.
Hey, you know they actually give Viagra to the men in the nursing homes.
Oh, God.
Keeps them from rolling out of their bed in the middle of the night.
No.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Appreciate you. And as usual, we're going to see you on that next one.
Remember, it's all about the motherfucking hustle.
Bow, wow.
No, mine's bang bang.
Chicka, chicka.